However, the aunt also said that the day after Tyrone was pronounced
Fair
dead
use.
at the
Fair
hospital,
use.
Lulu
I do not own the
emptied his
rights
bank
to this
account out.
content.
Why did you transfer the money out of his bank account that he said shared with my sister the day after he was pronounced deceased at the hospital? My sister and T2 share a bank account. The account is on 0, and it shows the money was transferred to his single account by himself. You got access to his cell phone. You got access to his bank account. If you ain't money hungry and desperate, and you got all access to everything he got. We ain't worried about no worldly possession. We screaming justice over here. We want justice over here. It ain't about the money. He got $1 million wardrobe. He got a son. You think we give a darn about a clothes? We would rather have my nephew here.
So the fact that Lulu gave several different accounts of what happened, and then you couple that with the fact that she emptied out his bank accounts, like literally taking his account down to 0, it just doesn't look good. Now we're gonna go back and revisit her statement, but I want to say something else too. Lulu had a boot. She was wearing a medical boot on her foot, right? Now the medical boot was on her left foot, right?
To what they do.
Okay, the last number 2.
You run on my trail, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Don't trash.
Might not be another prank.
Tootsie Roll. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. Ooh, that Tootsie Roll to the left. Oh yeah, nah, get your ass on.
Exactly.
You did that.
Hot cocoa, this is cute.
So some would say, well, she would still be able to drive, right? But according to his family members and according to his socials, not only was he there the entire way while she got surgery on her foot, but for the last year, from May of last year, she had not driven anywhere. He was her personal driver. He drove her everywhere. So for her to suddenly be behind the wheel on the very night that Tyrone Davis ends up dead, that too was, it was suspicious.
All right, y'all. So right now, I am listening to a YouTuber by the name of Jessie Woo. And I do not own the rights to her content, but I am listening to it because she just released a new video, and I have really been on Tyrone's case. Y'all know once I get set on somebody, I get to moving, and I get to reading on them, and I get to figuring out the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And this young man situation has really been bothering me since the day I encountered his case and what happened to him. And I talked about something, and everybody was thinking like, oh, she crazy. So let me just throw this out there. So Tyrone, I think he was killed, because we ain't going to say he wasn't killed, okay? I think he was killed on December 27th, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, then somebody correct me. But I could have sworn that he was killed December 27th, okay? And what's so crazy is that a few days later, there was a little boy. He was born, right? He was born on New Year's, and he was named Tyrone. And so everybody was talking shit. Everybody was like, how the hell they gonna name that baby Tyrone? Now, mind you, he's a New Year's Day baby. He was the first baby born of the new year, okay? Everybody thought I was crazy when I said this, but y'all need to pay attention, okay? Listen to what I'm finna tell y'all. So he was killed on the 27th of December, correct? There was a baby born on January 1st by the name of Tyrone. This is, okay, so the baby was Caucasian, all right? So this is what I'm talking about. For one, y'all got to stop being racist, okay? My black people, because we always want to jump down these Caucasians' throats and call them racist, but this is clearly racist. So, like I said, he's a Caucasian baby. And they were all arguing and saying, he shouldn't have been named Tyrone. How the hell y'all gonna name a white baby Tyrone? There's a lot of men's named Tyrone that's white. Okay? So y'all need to stop being racist. So, but my whole point in saying this is that this young man reincarnated. And nobody even caught it. Nobody even caught that shit. Because y'all too busy listening to readers that don't know what the fuck they talking about. Y'all not even paying attention to this shit. He literally reincarnated 4 days later, okay, through this little boy. Although he was white, that boy reincarnated, okay? So let me get that straight. And I'm saying this to say, he reincarnated 4 days later. He's back here. He's earthbound. And he's gonna make sure that he get justice for what happened to him. All right. He took an opportunity and he seen fit. That's why that Caucasian baby was named Tyrone. Because he was reincarnated 4 days later, and baby, he's here. Okay. So whoever had something to do with what happened to him, baby, he right there with your stupid ass. He right there with you. Watching everything you saying, everything you're doing. Okay? He's right there with you. He reincarnated 4 days later. Y'all don't believe me? Go Google baby Tyrone, January 1st, 2026. Go Google baby Tyrone and see what I'm talking about. All right? So I just wanted to point that out there. He has been reincarnated. He has been given a chance because the way that he was taken out of here was so diabolical and so damn dirty. Yeah, he's coming for revenge. Period. God knew that these people were going to try to hide this and what happened to this young man. And another thing that came out in my reading, if y'all didn't go check out my Tyrone Davis reading, go check it out. It is on my other channel, I am BossMovesTarot. I did also share the link to it in the community section as well, okay? And I'm real pissed because I know what happened to him and I know the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And look, I don't know him. I wasn't related to him. He not my brother. He not my son. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I was gonna do a reading on him like right when it happened, but he told me to pause. He said wait. Something told me to wait. So I waited because there was more information that was going to be coming about what happened to this young man, right? So anyway, so they came out and they said that, basically, there was no foul play. They don't suspect that there was any foul play in what happened to him. As of right now, I think the autopsy results are still pending at this time. And I'm not telling y'all something that y'all don't already know because I'm pretty sure y'all have heard it from other media outlets. But, I just want to talk about the details of his case and where we are right now and where I will fit in and what I plan to do on my side. All right. And so like I said, he's going to get revenge. So basically, what they're trying to say is that there was no foul play in his death, which is insane. The auntie said that his skull was cracked. Hold on, because I want y'all to hear this part.
They pronounced him dead, and I will let you hear that. And was asked, they told us that they were going to keep him on the machine until the rest of the family comes to visit. Mom wasn't there, no one was there. It was just me and my family when he passed. I'm going to let y'all hear from the medical examiner.
Excuse me.
I'm not going to keep releasing everything that I have, but I did the homework. We went to Gainesville, we did everything we had to do. That's the reason that the ball is rolling. I was notified of my son's death almost 24 hours later. Not by mom, not by girlfriend. Like I said, I'm not on here to provoke no violence, but I want the world to know that we're seeking justice for Dro. We're not grieving for rewards. I'm going to play this here.
Y'all listen to this part. Listen.
So the autopsy is complete. The cause of manner is still pending at this time. Typically when it is pending, it's usually because you're awaiting additional information to give you information. So the autopsy report is not complete. The autopsy is complete. That is the examination that we performed. That has been completed in 2025. Yes, and that's what you have in your report for the death
Okay,
certificate,
so he
right?
passed 12/29.
Okay, and question, is it pending because of the investigation that's going on? No, we're just awaiting additional information. I do not have specifics, but that could be lab results, medical records, information, from law enforcement if law enforcement was involved. I don't get specifics, unfortunately, but typically all of that plays a role in us getting a determined cause and manner of death.
All right, so it's going to commercial. So real quick, let's just intervene. So basically, I guess that's the medical examiner's office, and they basically are saying that, the autopsy results are still pending, okay? And so that's what I'm really waiting on at this point. I'm waiting on those autopsy results to come back because that is what's going to tell what happened to him. Now, his aunt said that his whole skull was cracked. The aunt said that his skull was cracked from the back to the front, from the front to the back. So the way I seen it, okay, because I'm a visual person, all right, the way I seen it, I seen that he was definitely hit with an object from the back, and whoever hit them, it definitely was a man. And when the man hit him in the back of his motherfucking head, he hit him with all his motherfucking might. All right, that is the visual that I seen. Okay, whoever this individual is, they took it way back. Like, y'all know how, like, when you play baseball, I'm gonna tell y'all this after we finish. Hold up.
I thought, unfortunately. Okay, no, you can take your time.
Okay, so like I said, to set the record straight, that's my son. That's the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. I'm not here to promote no violence.
Okay, so that's the father. So what I was saying, you know how when you play baseball or you play softball, right? And when you got the bat, you chucking that shit all the way from like way back. You know what I'm saying? When you got your baseball bat, you're taking it all the way as far as back as you can take it. So when you encounter that ball, you can hit that bitch out the park. And that's the visual that I got in regards to what happened to this young man. Whomever hit him in the back of his head, they definitely had a big ass long object and they took it all the way back like they was playing baseball, and treated his head like it was a fucking baseball or a softball. All right. And and that girlfriend, look, she may not be the one that done it to him, but she most certainly know who the fuck did what. All right. In those cards, and what came out in my reading yesterday, she certainly knows something. So we're not gonna try to play this shit like the girlfriend don't know anything. I'm not mad at her, but people need to know the truth. You can't go around hurting people and getting people hurt and then acting innocent like you did nothing wrong. And that's the motherfucking problem now. People always want to commit crimes and shit, but then when it's time for them to go to fuck the jail and shit, they don't want to go. But you was doing what you was doing. So apparently you big and bad and you ain't got a problem with going your ass to prison or jail, right? This whole little situation is just upsetting, and he's not even my family member. And all my people know that when I read on somebody, I go hard as fuck for them. I go hard as the fuck for them. And I'm about to go so hard. The more details that come out, the more it's just pissing me off even more. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all know what else came out in my reading? It came out that a YouTuber has something to do with what happened to this young man. If you are a YouTuber and you had something to do with what happened to Tyrone Davis Jr., I will get my affairs in order right the fuck now. Right now. ASAP. Rocky, bitch. Hurry up. That's why they sitting up here trying to cover this shit up. Because this YouTuber is a part of these motherfucking Masons. That's what the fuck is going on. I ain't no damn dummy. My cars always tell the truth. Why the fuck they gonna stop telling the truth yesterday? All right? So somebody is a YouTuber, and the YouTuber definitely was jealous of Tyrone Davis Jr. They were jealous of his public recognition. Okay? So this YouTuber, they famous on YouTube and people support them real hard. They do. But see, people supported Tyrone not only on social media, but outside of social media. And that's something that this YouTuber don't have. They don't get that. And so that's where the jealousy came in at. Also, is this YouTuber dating Lulu too? Huh? Is this YouTuber married to Lulu? Because it came out in the motherfucking reading that somebody married, and I don't think Tyrone and Lulu was married. So it kept coming out somebody was married. So is Lulu married to a YouTuber? I'm just speculating. Look, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just motherfucking speculating, but that's what it looked like. With your weak ass. I want to know who this YouTuber is. I do. Do you care to let me know who you are? I don't think so, weak ass. You know, I don't like these YouTubers on here. I don't. Some of them, I do. And the ones that like me and I like them, real recognize real. Real recognize real. I see you in more ways than one. But to all you fake ass YouTuber motherfuckers that got down and got in the paint with these motherfucking Masonic ass people, and y'all been getting people taken out left and right, your time is up, bitch. Your time is up. The jig is up. See, y'all can't go around touching everybody. Everybody can't get touched. And if you do touch them, there is some dire consequences that come with touching that person. This young man, this wasn't somebody that you were supposed to touch. I don't care how you felt, what your personal feelings were. You shouldn't have touched this man. And that's the problem. These weird ass YouTuber niggas and bitches get on here, all right, harass other YouTubers and content creators as well, set them up, dox them, get them unalive, all types of shit. Beat up, stolen from, ruining their channels and their businesses because you fucking jealous. This man ain't here no more because you fucking jealous. And you think you gonna get to live a good ass life after what you done? So there is a YouTuber that is involved in what happened to this young man. Anybody, and I know there's friends and people in between and in between the scenes and all that. So if y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about, put that shit out there. They need to be exposed. Y'all know what I seen when I watched the videos with him and Lulu? I seen a man that was way in over his head. And he was just so in love with her. Okay? He was in love with her. And she want to say she was in love with him. I don't see love. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, bitch. I don't see love. I seen some fake ass shit. I'm a real ass bitch. And I pick up on shit. And what I picked up on was some fake ass shit. Motherfuckers can wear a mask all day. A motherfucker can smile on your face and tell you how much they love you. That don't mean the fuck they mean it. That don't mean shit. A picture says 1,000 words, baby. And the way I viewed it, he loved her more than she loved him. That girl definitely was dating more than one man. That don't mean she a bad person. That just means that she a Jezebel. And that she like to get around. You know, the way I view it, he was a come up for her. And I don't give a fuck how a bitch feel, because I know the truth, ho. Y'all, you can lie to the public, bitch. You can't lie to me. And at the end of the damn day, he was a come up. And her real man been sitting in the background the whole motherfucking time. But you know what? She probably fucked around and did fall in love with him, because she ain't never been treated like that in her motherfucking life. She probably did fall in love with him. And when she fell in love with him, the nigga in the background got upset and took his ass out. That's what the fuck happened. Now stop fucking lying up on this social media now before I pull some more cards and I reveal the real fucking truth again. Stop lying up on here. Tell the truth. You know what happened to him. You better tell it You know who the fuck did it, you better tell it. And they thinking, oh, well, if we just, lie, and say that, there was no foul play, then that'll just sweep it under the rug. But you forgot about God. You forgot about God. He was watching the whole time. And that man is God's child. I said it about Mo3, and I'm going to tell y'all about him. That was God's child, baby. He still is. And he don't play. And so because y'all decided y'all was going to cover this shit up, guess what God did? He gave him a pass to come back to earth so he can get revenge on you. That's why a beautiful baby boy by the name of Tyrone was born on January 1st, 2026. Dumbass bitch. This shit get real This shit finna get real wicked for these motherfuckers. Because he was doing so well in his life, God said. He was doing so well. Hold on, let me light my shit. Hold up. He was doing so well in his life. And look, I don't know him sugar from shit. All I've seen is a few videos. I ain't even been really watching a whole bunch of videos on Tyrone. I've watched, who did I watch? Shanitra. I watched Shanitra Speaks last night after I did my reading. And that's it. That's the only video I watched about Tyrone Davis Jr. And then I seen a few news clips and that's it. So I really haven't dug deep into like all of the details. I don't know all of the details of his case. You know what I'm saying? I don't. When I did my reading, it really was a blind read. I ain't gonna say blind because I did know some details. I really didn't know much. That's what I want to point out there. Okay. Anywho, at the end of the day, so I'm gonna be doing more readings on him. Because I just feel like we definitely need to dig deeper into the moments that were leading up to his death and what happened to him. I feel like those last few moments, are important. And that people need to know what happened to him in the moments leading up to his death. So I really primarily want to focus on that aspect. None of the readings will be released on this channel. All of the readings will be released on I Am Boss Moves Tarot. So make sure you go over there and you subscribe to I Am Boss Moves Tarot as well, okay? Because if I do release any new readings, they will be released on I Am Boss Moves Tarot, okay? So I just wanted to make that very clear. Hold on, because I do want to see what other information comes out, because like I said, I really haven't gotten a chance to tap into or just listen to other content creators. I just happened to get on here this morning and I seen that Jessie Woo had released a video, and I always like to watch Jessie Woo, so I decided to watch it. And I got some good details. So now we're going to watch Shanitra Speaks.
Death certificate of the cause of death that is pending. So that means we're awaiting additional.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up, y'all. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let y'all hear this clear, because on the other video, it wasn't as clear as it is. So y'all can hear what she says about the cause of death, the autopsy, and all of that. And then I'll say something.
Information, so the autopsy report is not complete. The autopsy is complete. That is the examination that we performed. That has been completed. And
Come on now. Y'all got too many cameras out here. This just ain't no regular highway where people just come on, get on the highway, man.
Okay, pause. So I don't know who this individual is, but they're outside and they are in the area where Tyrone was found, deceased. And they're saying that there are so many cameras in this area. So let me write that down, okay? Hold on, let me find something to write down, Lord. I want to write that down. Cameras in the area. All right.
The busy ass highway, this be 100,000.
Skull busted open. The back of his head busted open. That wasn't natural. And also they had already determined that one from jumping out no vehicle. So we already know that.
New details have come out in the death of 35-year-old Tyrone Davis Jr. and making it clear
Fair use. I do not own the rights to this content.
that this case is far from over. As more questions come up, the family itself is divided. The father side has been vocal about wanting justice, while the mother side is saying the investigation needs to play out before any conclusions are drawn or foul play is assumed. And while all of this is
Okay, so the families are feuding in a way? Is that my understanding? All right.
happening publicly, there's another reality that can't be ignored. Tyrone's mother is now preparing to bury her third and final son. She already lost 2 sons before him. Now, while much of the conversation has centered around Lulu, Tyrone's alleged girlfriend, and the last known person to
What's
be
good,
with him
y'all?
before his death, Lulu has now spoken out again, and the mother of Tyrone's children has also spoken publicly. But before we get into those statements and the development surrounding this case, I want to take a step back. If you're not familiar with what happened, I'm going to play a short clip from his aunt that walks through the timeline. Listen to this.
Okay, so they're having a rally. So yeah. So what I'm saying is that I'm gonna definitely be doing more readings on the situation. All right? Something isn't right. And so let me just double back to what I was talking about earlier when I was discussing the videos that I seen of them. I seen that basically she was using him. Something was a setup here. Let's see what the aunt has to say.
So we didn't understand why, but after we began to start our own investigation, then they began to move forward to help us seek answers. Now, I am gonna say this, and I know at this moment I want to touch too much bases on stuff because at the same time, they're doing an investigation, but we do need help from everybody.
Now, when I was recording this, at the time that I was recording this, we hadn't yet.
I do not own the rights to this
And then I was
content.
checking to see if there was any updates. And now, thankfully, the detectives have spoken with the news and provided an update. So at this point, all we had to go on was what Tyrone's father side of the family was saying, that they do believe it was suspicious. However, detectives have spoken out, and it seems that they are somewhat supporting what the girlfriend's saying that it was unfortunate, but they do not believe that his cause of death was suspicious. What are you guys' thoughts about this? Listen to this.
Part about his death is the unknown. They say they don't believe he jumped out of a moving car. Into police officers say on December 27th, officers came to the area Southwest Archer Road and I-75 after receiving reports of an injured person. Detectives say their initial investigation determined Davis did jump out of a moving vehicle while in traffic, saying he sustained significant injuries to his head. After a few days at the hospital, he died. Family members say they don't believe he would jump out of a car and say it doesn't make sense why his girlfriend, who was supposedly driving, would leave him on the side of the road. Davis's father says to him, justice is having the full story.
He didn't deserve this, you know.
Now, you may recall that Lulu did previously respond to a few people on the video that she has on her social media page. Now, she responded and she said, I do love him with all my heart. His death was an accident outside of our control. Now, she went on and she said, thank you.
Okay, let me just stop for a second. If the death was an accident and outside of her control and his control, then that means that she knows what happened to him and that she should be able to tell the public what happened, right? So what the fuck is the problem?
So his aunt went on to make a status and she said, we want justice for Dro, T2. Truth is, you stressed T2 till he wanted to get out of your presence ASAP. He was left under a bridge. Truth is, he went to the hospital under John Doe. Now keep this in mind because his sister is going to respond to that. And then was given a trying. Truth is, my mom got the delayed call 24 hours later with the first lie. He slipped and fell at the gas station and bumped his head. Truth is, the family got 3 more different lies from Lulu. Truth is, we open to reach out to the world what they think because this don't make any sense at all.
It don't.
Is the truth on
it
how
do not.
It was handled, knowing how big our family, his kids, nor his dad.
Y'all know what's really fucking me up though. This is what's really fucking me up. If you can say that basically his death was an accident and it was out of anybody's control, then that means that you know exactly what happened. So what the fuck is the problem?
Didn't get a call. Truth is, my mom, we raised T2. If the shoe was on the other foot, T2 would never make those decisions. T2 was a real man and he deserved a real woman to love him right. Lulu was not dealing with maybe you probably forgot that you got arrested on a previous vacation at the Ritz for domestic violence and other mental signs were there. Love cost T2 his life. Now it's justice for Dro. Now keep in mind, as far as her throwing out the accusation that she was previously arrested, that has not been confirmed. But what are you guys' thoughts about this? Because his father's side of the family is saying that Lulu and Dro presented this relationship online, and that relationship that we saw is not necessarily the relationship that they had behind.
Exactly. That's exactly what I just said. I said that, you know, when I seen the video of them, like the energy that I read from the video, it just was all the fuck off. If y'all wanna know the real truth, it was given I'ma set you up type vibes. It's given, you know, you're my little simp vibes. You know, it wasn't given, oh, we are a in love ass couple. You understand? I know for a fact that he loved her. You seen it all on his face. You understand what I'm saying? And so with that being said, you know, we already know what time it is. They just don't want us to know the truth because, you know, other people are involved. And like I said, in my reading that I did on Tyrone yesterday, it came out that a YouTuber has a lot to do with this. And I have no doubt in my mind that this is big facts. It's big facts. You was jealous of this man. Period. So basically, this is just a bunch of videos of them and shit.
And someone left this comment, and let me know down in the comment section if you agree with it. Everybody listed as John Doe when suspected.
And then why the fuck was he listed as a John Doe? What? None of this ain't making no sense, y'all. Ain't none of this making no sense. See, you know, I didn't take the time to sit and listen to like all of the details of his story. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take the time to do that. And so that's why I'm sitting here with y'all and I'm trying to figure out like, okay, I will be doing another reading on him too.
Foul play. Drop a comment and let me know if you agree with that. Now, keep this in mind because Tyrone's father went live and what he said is he wants to set the record straight. He wants to set the record straight about the day that Tyrone passed away, how the investigation started, because according to his father...
Honestly, how can the father, and I don't have an issue with him, but how can the father set the record straight about what happened to him when he physically was not there in those last moments of his death?
They were just going to write this off as an accident. excuse me, they had to go down to Gainesville. His father, his family, his team, as he's going to explain.
So it looks like his father is on it, and the other side of the family is saying, well, y'all need to just wait until they investigate, and so yeah, we're gonna pull on that too.
To compel them to look at this differently. He also
I do not own the rights to this content.
Tyrone
Fair use.
has a life insurance policy, because that question has come up. Does he have a life insurance policy? Who's listed on it? So I want you to pay attention to this, and immediately after this,
I know this ain't about no motherfucking life. Hold on, let me write that down too. Cause like I said, I didn't get a chance to listen to the details of his case, because I've been dealing with my own stuff too. So let's write that down, life insurance policy. Because there's going to be some things that I ask about as well.
We're going to get into a post from Tyrone, the mother of his children, and some relationship background. And then there's also someone that went to the bridge, the scene to where Tyrone, unfortunately, where he was discovered at.
I'm not a social media person, but when it comes to the business part, trust me, it's been done. It's been taken care of. It's not about no T-shirts. It's not about all the other stuff you hear, and I'm not going to go on because it's an investigation. But when I say I have audio, video, I have reports, I went to the cabin, I'm the one, me and my team got the ball rolling. It would have been written off as an accident if we wouldn't have went 6 cars deep to Gainesville, Florida. There's a lot of things I can't discuss at this time, but stay tuned because it will be televised. Like I said, all I'm asking for y'all is just that you know something, you see something, share it. If you can't contact my family, contact Gainesville Police Department. Like I said, we ask for nothing. We ask for nothing but answers, and for us, the business part of it, my son had a policy. So if you hear any GoFundMe.
Okay, stop. Okay, so I don't even have to ask about the life insurance policy because the father says that there was a policy. I'm writing all this down, y'all. This is insane.
I know GoFundMe do it if you know Joe. He ain't no GoFundMe do it. We ain't asking for none of that. So if you hear anything about help or we need to pay bills and all that, I'm gonna leave that right there. And like we do everything else, I don't understand why the cards that I was dealt didn't have no faces on them. But, when you covered in the blood of Jesus, nature gonna nature itself. And once again,
something is so weird about all of this, y'all.
It's not me, but I want the world to know I was there when my son passed away. You heard from the medical examiner.
Okay.
All this.
So his father was present when he passed.
Welcome back. Who else is going to get this place to the 4th of July?
Son, yo, this is weird. This is weird. Since we're on commercial, this is weird. I just don't understand why does a motherfucker have to put out? Let me fix my words. Why does he have to let it be known that there was a life insurance policy on him? And why does he have to let us know that he was there when he passed away? If you ask me, that's kind of weird that he pointed those two things out. The fact that his son had a life insurance policy and the fact that he was there when he passed away. Why was it important for the public to know those two things? You know what I'm saying? To me, that was kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. But maybe he's just filling us in. So let's keep going.
September 30th, that was the time frame that they left him on the machine after they gave him a time of death. And you heard it. You're going to wind the live up and you finish it. The time of death was the 29th.
Boom. So he died. So the time of death, the father said, was on December 29th. Okay. All right. So he passed on the 29th. And then remember what I told y'all in the beginning of the live, that the little boy Tyrone was born January 1st, 2026. So he passed on the 29th of December, 2025. And the little boy named Tyrone was born December 1st, 2026. All right. Let's keep going.
They kept him on the machine all the way up until the 30th. When the 30th came, you know, the rest of the family made it back up there or whatever.
Wait a minute. Didn't he just say he passed on the 29th? Okay, he confusing me. Hold up. Which one is it? Shit. I could have sworn he just said he passed on the 29th. So no, he passed on the 30th.
And however that happened for them to pronounce and say the 30th, that's on them. But you heard it from the facts from the examiner, not from me. I'm a grieving father right now. And I stand behind, you know what I'm saying, any voice, not only Tasha, any voice that's promoting justice for my son. It's the hardest shit I ever went through in my life. Excuse my language, but I'm hurting. You know, I have to walk in the spirit right now. Called the flesh, able to deal with what's going on. You know, and I'm gonna ask everybody for y'all prayers. That's all we want. You know, if you got any information, you know, share it. You ain't got to share it with me. You know, I ain't promoting no violence towards genders or nobody. All I want is answers. And like I said, I'm a quote unquote. Me, my mama, and my sister was in that room, and you just heard it from the medical examiner at time of death. How you get the date of the 30th is because they gave the family time to get there, to see him. Time of taking the ventilator off, it rolled into a 30th. For as anything else, I'm not coming back on here due to the investigation, but you will find out exactly, you know what I'm saying, the things and the processes as the investigation goes on. I don't have no bad feelings or hard feelings, cold feelings towards nobody, you know, because I'm just seeking justice. Everything.
Oh no. I mean, the father is giving me mixed reviews. Like, I swear, because for one, he pointed out that his son had a policy. We did not need to know that. You know what I'm saying? And then he's talking about, well, we was in the room when he passed. Okay, cool. Then he's saying he don't have no ill will toward nobody. If somebody killed my son, I got all the ill will toward their ass. All the ill will. I'm wishing all the bad for them if you murdered my son. You understand what I'm saying? But I guess he's just trying to keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Weird.
To the death of me is going to be justice for Joe. Either you with us or you're against us. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, I'm running off Psalms 91 and Psalms 23. If you know me,
Psalm 91 and Psalm
family,
23.
When it comes down to, you know, what we believe in, we will go the extra mile. And we've been going the extra mile. We went to Gainesville, 6 cars deep. We did what we had to do. We went to the cabins and so on and so on. I'm just not going to get into it. So I'm not a social media person. But when it comes to the one, me and my team got the ball rolling. It would have been written off as an accident if we wouldn't have went 6 cars deep to Gainesville, Florida. There's a lot of things I can't discuss at this time, but stay tuned because it will be televised. Like I said, all I'm asking for y'all is just that you know something, you see something, you know, share it. December 29, 25, when my son was pronounced dead. There's only 2 ways you can be pronounced dead in the state of Florida.
Oh my God. So this is confusing me too, because he's saying that on the 29th, he was pronounced dead. But is he saying they preserved him for to the 30th so the rest of the family could come and view him? I think that's what he's trying to say. But it's just coming off weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really coming out weird. It's either he died on the 29th or he died on the 30th. You know what I'm saying? Like, something just isn't right with this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to pick sides, family sides, or anything. I'm not here to pick a side. At the end of the day, the truth needs to be told about what happened to this young man. It's going to be told. And if there was a YouTuber that was involved, you will pay for what you done to this young man. You can shadow ban me all the fuck you want. It's not gonna stop the truth from being told. I ain't the only one covering this story. There's so many other people covering this story as well. So many other people. And his story's gonna get out there. And I'm going to continue to push my reading out there so that everyone can know that this YouTuber was involved in what happened to this man. And that girlfriend is not. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know what I think? And I might be wrong, but y'all know what I think? Intuitively, I feel that this girlfriend is involved with this YouTuber. Period. Y'all some broke ass motherfuckers. If y'all had to set this man up just to get some money, you broke as the fuck. You should be ashamed of yourself for doing this. God don't like ugly, and he sure ain't too crazy about pretty. You can be pretty. You can have a pretty face, but that pretty face only gonna get your ass so far. You can't keep using your pretty privilege to save you. And I don't think that your pretty privilege is going to save you in this instance and in this case. You understand? And if you don't, you will. Because God finna bring some people to their knees about what happened to him. Yes, he is. And if this was a ploy to get some money, y'all wanted to take him out to get some money, you're going to lose everything you have for doing this to him. Over money. But no, I think the whole situation is just sad, and it's weird the way that his case is being handled. You know, it's nothing new. We see this happen with many different people, just different faces. You know, we see this same story far too often, and then nothing don't get done. You know, weird shit. That poor man, he suffered, and don't nobody want to tell the truth. They're still investigating. Well, y'all should know what happened though. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
That's if your heart stopped or if you failed the brain scan test. A brain scan test was performed. Me, my mother, and my sister was in the room at the time. They pronounced him dead, and I will let you hear that. And it was asked, they told us that they were going to keep him on the breathing machine until the rest of the family comes to visit. Mom wasn't there, no one was there. It was just me and my family when he passed. I'm going to let y'all hear from the medical examiners. I'm not going to keep releasing everything that I have, but I did the homework. We went to Gainesville, we did everything we had to do. That's the reason that the ball is rolling. I was notified of my son's death almost 24 hours later. Not by mom, not by girlfriend. Like I said, I'm not on here to provoke no violence, but I want the world to know that we're seeking justice for Dro. We're not grieving for rewards. I'm going to play this here so you can hear from you.
So the autopsy is complete. The cause and manner is still pending at this time.
Okay, we already heard that, so we're not going to rehear that again. But, okay, let's try to go forward in the video and see if we end up finding out autopsy investigation. Let's listen to that.
Okay, hold on. You didn't take it.
Okay, so like I said, the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. You know, I'm not here to promote no violence. I did the homework. You know, everything that's going on with this case, I did the homework. You know, I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm not finna sit here and keep on repeating myself to prove to nothing in the world. All I'm asking for is answer to what belongs to me. And that's answer to what happened to Joe. Ain't no way my son go from I love you, baby, you my everything, to laid out in a bridge, under a bridge in the middle of the road with no answers.
Exactly.
I wasn't contacted. Once again, everything that you see is going on, I respect the genocide. I am reaching out to them. But platform that we had for us, the Candlelight View, we did that. The songs, we did that. I'm not trying to make it a this or that situation. I'm just hoping that I can get some answers to what happened to what belongs to me.
Amen.
My son go from I love you, baby, you my everything.
To under the bridge. To under the motherfucking bridge.
With no answers.
Exactly. Now that's one thing that I do agree with what he said. Ain't no way you going from I love you, baby, and all this to under the motherfucking bridge with your head bashed the fuck in. And that's on period. So I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker got to say up on here. At the end of the day, ain't no way you go from that to that. Fuck is you talking about?
Everything that you see is going on, I respect the genocide. I have been reaching out to them. The platform that we had for the Candlelight Visual, we did that. The songs.
And y'all want to know another thing about him that I picked up on his spirit. He was a very kind person. He had a heart of gold. He was kind. You know, you couldn't find that type of person just anywhere. You know what I mean? And the fact that they even did this to him, oh bitch, you gonna pay. Nigga, you gonna pay.
I'm not trying to make it a this or that situation. I'm just hoping that I can get some answers to what happened to what belongs to me.
Whole time he thinking, I ain't never had a badass bitch like this. You feel me? You know, I'm going to treat her right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And you could tell that that's exactly what he was doing. He was trying to keep that. You feel me? But that wasn't in her mind. No, it wasn't. I don't give a fuck what a bitch talking about. Shit, what you want to fight about it? Hell. This some bullshit right here. I ain't gonna stunt you.
We don't have an in-house lab, so that would be separate from us. And it is machines that conduct those labs, so we would be unable to.
Fair use. I do not own the rights to this content.
Okay, you can take your time.
Okay, so like I said, to set the record straight, that's my son. That's the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. You know, I'm not here to promote no violence. I did the homework. You know, everything that's going on with this case, I did the homework. You know, I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm not finna sit here and keep on repeating myself to prove to none of that.
But it's like, what do you mean this case? Why wouldn't you say my son's case? You know, I don't know. Some of the things he said is a little weird, but I do agree with what he said as far as him being found under that bridge like that. And the fact that you don't go from, you know, a vacation and saying I love you and all this to be under the motherfucking bridge. I'm just saying. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my Tyrone Davis Jr. reading too as well. A lot of shit came out in that reading. And they trying to hide, don't try to hide that motherfucking reading. Oh yeah, baby, the truth done came out and some more truth finna come out because I'm finna pull on them again. You feel me? I was just waiting for the go ahead. You feel me? I was gonna pull on them right after, you know, he passed. But I was stopped at the door. You know what I'm saying? And I was given the go ahead. So baby, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong.
In the world, all I'm asking for is answer to what belongs to me. And that's answer to what happened to Joe. Ain't no way my son go from I love you, baby, you my everything, laid out in a bridge, under a bridge in the middle of the road with no answers. I wasn't contacted. Once again, everything that you see is going on, I respect the genocide. I have been reaching out to them. The platform that we had.
Then he wasn't even contacted when his son,
we did that. The songs.
When it happened to him.
I'm not trying to make
on
it
top of that.
a this or that situation. I'm just hoping that I can get.
Georgia Access is the marketplace for Georgians to be able to purchase health insurance coverage and dental.
know what they be talking about. The whole time, the daddy side of the family been going live, telling y'all lies and fake updates from the police. Now, keep in mind, his father did play the call from the medical examiner, and that was in regards to the...
Stop. So now they saying that the father family is not being truthful and they're giving fake updates from the police? What is going on in this motherfucking case? Oh God, so it's not bad enough that this young man was murdered, but now the family is like the families is getting into it. This does not help find out what happened to him. How does the families feuding with each other help find out what happened to him? This just creates more confusion surrounding his case. Wow.
Date of his passing, because the mom
I do not own the rights to this
side
content,
seems
y'all.
to have
Fair
conflict
use.
over when Tyrone passed away. In addition to this, the father side is accusing the mother side of being friends with Lulu, saying hello from the other side. It's justice for Dro over here, and y'all upset because we won't accept Lulu lies. Y'all defend her and hang out with her.
Oh. Okay, hello from the other side. It's justice over here for Dro. And y'all upset because we won't accept Lulu lies. Y'all defend her and hang out with her all you want. We real is still. I know the motherfucker. That's right. I know. I like that. We real and it's still. Okay. Okay, let me write that the fuck down. Because what? It's real and it's still. I have to steal that. But no, seriously. Okay, so the father side be hanging out with Lulu? Or is it... Baby, this is crazy. Baby, this is some drama for your ass. It ain't bad enough this man done got murdered. But now the families is feuding. That does not help the situation. This is not a good look.
All y'all want. We real and it's still justice for Dro. Davis raised him. So the father side is saying they're not going to give up in seeking answers and finding out what happened because...
Okay, I got it confused. That's the father side that made the little post. So that's the father side that said what they said, and that they saying the mama side be hanging out with Lulu and they taking up for her. I'm not taking up for shit when it comes to my family member. If my family member was murdered, I'm not taking up for the person that has something to do with it. That is insane. But let's keep going.
They are the ones that raised Tyrone. Now, the mother of his children, because keep in mind, before him and Lulu met, he did have 2 children who, him and Lulu, they frequently hung out. She spent time with his kids, so it's like she had some type of relationship, at least how it was presented on social media. But the mother of his 2 children came and she made a post and she said, Tyrone, I told myself that I would not post anything and to keep my feelings and emotions to myself. But being in the room, replaying all the memories we share, pictures, videos of us, our kids, I just can't. Words cannot express how hard this is for me. You are not just the father of my kids, but you were once a very special and important person in my life. We may not have shared all our beautiful and intimate moments out loud for the world to see, but we did that in front of the people who mattered to us most. You showed me a lot and taught me a lot, gave me wisdom and courage. You stood by me in my darkest moments.
Okay, so let's see if we can go forward. Let's see if we can go forward in the video. Insight. All right, let's see this.
How he just out, excuse my language.
So this is going to be about the visit to the bridge. I don't know if this is a family member of his that went and visited the bridge, but I do want to see what this family member has to say. Now, I did see the clip previously, and I seen that the family member said that there were cameras, a lot of cameras in this area. So that means that if there were a lot of cameras in the area, then we should be able to know how he got there under the bridge. So let's keep going.
Y'all just gotta excuse my language. Cause this is my hometown. And how they came together today. That speaks volumes. I hate that we gotta come together like this. But he got family, he got people, he don't shed their blood in the streets and gang dealers. But he got people that's from Lauderdale. He got people up here that's from Lauderdale.
So just to let y'all know, so right now, the person that's talking, they're approaching the bridge and they walking toward the bridge. And so I'm just taking a look at what the area looks like. So in Chicago, we don't call these bridges. In Chicago, we call them viaducts, all right? Why we call them viaducts, I don't know. But in Chicago, it's called a viaduct. That's what we call them, okay? So to me, this is a viaduct. It's not a bridge, okay? But I guess it is a bridge, the way it's built. So he's approaching a bridge and he's looking at the area. So that's what he's doing when you hear him talking.
If we need justice, this the bridge. And this had to be the way she was coming, because if I turn back this way, Papa John's pizza is back that way. So they was coming back to the hotel. They was coming this way. Look, they got a home person right there. They seen what happened. Y'all seen what happened. Y'all don't see what happened, but it's all good. Cause Jessica gonna get served. Jessica gonna get served.
Y'all know one thing I want to point out. He almost to the bridge, but y'all know one thing I want to point out. This is a busy ass area. So this is not an area where you can just get, dropped off and ain't nobody gonna see you getting dropped off. This is a busy ass area with several intersections. But let's keep going.
I want to send my condolences to the Davis family. I hope y'all get the justice that y'all deserve. But I just need to support y'all, because when I lost my baby sister back in 2021, I was 4 hours away, and y'all showed up. So I'm gonna show out for y'all. Straight up. This is the bridge, y'all. This is the bridge.
I see it, y'all.
This is a busy highway. I'm from here. I live here. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, but I live in Gainesville.
So they do. So I just want to point out, they do have these types of bridges in Chicago. And that's crazy that they found him under here.
Busiest road. This is Archer Road. This is where everything at. All the restaurants, all the hotels, everything.
Right.
Everything going on.
So how ain't nobody see him?
And if AM bitch out here hear me, AM bitch up there sleep, AM bitch up there.
AM bitch.
Worried about me motherfucking recording. Bitch ain't worried about no bitch. I ain't worried about no bitch. Trust. I'm gonna put my stuff down and count like my boy Candace. I wasn't able to find no balloons or nothing like that, but I got him a balloon. I got him a teddy bear. Then I got a candle. Then I finna light. Straight up. Straight up. And this Bluetooth. Straight up. That's my home team. That's my hometown. This man died under this bridge right here. Lost his life. He's only right I support. He got blood up here.
Something ain't right.
Straight up. I'll be quiet on a lot of shit, but this ain't this.
Y'all, let me just point this out. What if he was walking and he went up under that bridge and he tried to walk up the bridge? Okay, so y'all know, like, under these bridges, it's like a slopey ass hill concrete thing, right? And if you walk up the slopey hill concrete thing, and then you drunk. Like, what if he was drunk and he walked all the way up that concrete thing under the bridge and then fell down and bust his head on one of them things? But then now it would have showed that like he would have been dirty. I don't know. This is really fucking eking me right now because it's not right, y'all. It ain't right.
I better not find nothing out here say Papa John. I better not find nothing out here that say Papa John's.
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about now. So basically, he went under the bridge. Then the other part of the video, he was saying like how there are cameras everywhere in the area. So, I guess more information is going to come out, like it did in the reading, like it said in the reading. Because if there were cameras in the area, then there's definitely some type of footage, of before he went under that bridge. So let's just hope and pray that more info comes about what happened to him. I'm also going to be doing readings on him as well. And like I said, if I do release them, it'll either be on the Cosmic Honey or I Am Boss Moves Tarot. Okay. So make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to those channels. I hope that y'all enjoyed this and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.